Ohio will be getting a lot of resources. We'll get $12 billion. Our state government will get approximately $5.4 billion, and another $6.6 billion is going to cities and counties. This investment could be a real giant jump start to a people's budget.
First, to make sure that the virus is controlled and mitigated through contact tracing and testing. Then, for recovery, to help people who still struggle, the quarter of all of Ohioans who are having difficulty paying the rent and putting food on the table. The third element that the American Rescue Plan lays the groundwork for is an equitable rebuilding. There's also some forbidden uses of the American Rescue Act money. They cannot be used for cutting taxes. These monies cannot be used to backfill for pension funds that have been underfunded for too long. They are not to be used for road and street repair, although they can be used to assure clean water and broadband. They can't pay the share of funding for matching funds to draw down federal dollars. They're to be used in the community for rescue, recovery, and rebuilding.
House Bill 145 would increase accessibility up to 200%, meaning that a single parent, also with 2 kids in a household, making up to $40,000 a year could now be eligible for child care benefits. We can't begin to restart our economy until we address the child care crisis. Currently, the average hourly wage for child care workers is about $10.65. Childcare providers are struggling to stay afloat with lower enrollment rates and less women in the workforce in Ohio. They're essential workers that tend to be predominantly women of color.
Our funding system has been declared unconstitutional for 24 years. The Fair School Funding Plan, what that does is it fully and fairly funds the school districts. The most disadvantaged school districts, which are the inner city school districts, they will benefit the most. What the school funding plan does is it allows the school districts to rely less on the property taxes, and the state will pay their fair share of the portion of education. When school districts are relying on property taxes, it just innately puts lower income areas at a disadvantage. If you want to get involved or find out more about the Fair School Funding Plan, you can go to All In Ohio. There's also a petition that we have going around.
There are 7 demands of the people's budget, and they all could be addressed through the American Rescue Act Fund. We demand in our people's budget a quality education for all students. We demand safe communities in all communities with an end to policies based on mass incarceration, racial discrimination. We demand dignity for all people. No one should go without food or shelter or basic needs. We demand stability for families. One of our demands is stability through excellent administration of the unemployment system. So our 5th demand is better care for the caregivers. Our 6th demand is a healthcare system that we can depend on. The 7th demand is how do we fund this? A fair and sufficient tax system is critically important. The American Rescue Act money is one-time money. It can jumpstart our people's budget.
This call tool makes it really easy to call lawmakers.
We can win this. We can actually definitely push this through